Get some of the fans in here. Get the chat going.
That's the general idea.
Love the chat. The chat's so good. Everybody in the chat not talking about anything we're talking about. I love it. Hey. Hi. That's me. All right, let's tweet this shit.
You are the last
Boom.
shatters.
Did you already tweet it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Shit.
I'm real good.
Remember me. Oh, for fuck's snakes.
Wow, what's the matter?
Just Dashlane's been weird lately.
Oh.
Have you noticed anything weird with Dashlane?
Like that it keeps popping up for no reason? Or logging you out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been doing that a lot lately.
Like, I'm having problems with the application.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to, like, the plugin and the application seem to not be friends anymore.
Why can't we be friends? Wait, is that because you're, like, special? Like, or is YouTube just fucking with shit again?
What?
I don't know.
I'm highlighted for some reason.
It's probably...
No, it's just because you're special.
Oh, it's because you're... Yeah.
I'm the host.
It's because we're the host.
Did fries come with that shake? No, we got drinks. I mean, I think we all got drinks. Drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Chuck, you need to log in as you.
No, I can't monitor the stream that way.
Log in an incognito.
We haven't been
window.
having problems with the stream.
I
I'm saying we haven't been having problems with the stream.
understand. I don't say anything in the chat.
Okay. You do you.
Right. I'm not representing the show properly by answering from the BMFcast
Yes.
account.
That's true.
Represent yourself, you chump.
You're a chomp.
Shit.
Chomps.
Shit. Chomps.
Oh, fuck you up.
Doubtful. Least believable thing I've heard this year.
The reason I didn't punch that thing in Atlanta was because I didn't want to show how much I would wreck your shit.
Okay. You didn't want to break your fucking wrist. You tiny dancer.
Well, you're half right. I've never
Break
seen
your
Chuck dance.
wrist, you tiny damn. I love that song. It's so good.
Chuck, we're gonna get you to dance sometime.
Dance? Why?
I don't know. Suddenly, feel like that needs to happen.
Because I'm tiny, and therefore, if I must fulfill the prophecy.
Yeah, and then we're gonna break your wrist.
Okay.
just because.
Mackie cat.
Mackie cat, Mackie cat.
Cat, Mackie.
What are they feeding you?
Mackie. It is. It is your fault.
Mm-hmm. Totally your fault. Had I not already ordered a drink, I would have gotten Whataburger's special limited time edition salted caramel shake.
Ah.
But I also was just assuming that, given the way things were going there, they would have told me that the shake machine was broken.
Yeah, they were having problems at the Whataburger today.
It was about to be what a disaster as the roof was leaking.
That was well, you saw the other leak issue.
Mhm.
I did not. Did not. Oh, is Kyle McLaughlin not on Twitter?
He is,
Yeah. Why didn't you tag him, Chuck?
No, it was Twitter.
How do you not know his Twitter handle?
probably
You're a
at Kyle
Twin Peaks
McLaughlin.
fan.
Probably is.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could have
At
just
Agent Dale Cooper.
started tapping it into TweetDeck.
Tapping it.
Tippy
At
tapping it.
Paul Atreides.
Mhm.
At that
At Mo
guy.
Adib.
At Dat McLaughlin.
Oh, maybe he has Mo at Adib.
Uh-huh, yeah, maybe.
He's special. He's like the only one who gets his at symbol in the middle of his name.
Yeah.
Mo at Deeb.
Mhm.
Well, it's 9:30.
It is.
Should we party?
I
We should
guess
party.
we could do that.
Let's party.
Some people showed up, so
Oh, well, some people.
That's
showed
usually
up.
we usually kill a
Yeah.
few minutes and wait for some people to show up. But some people have shown up, and
Where's Kyle?
he's in this movie. He's not joining us for the live stream to talk about his own movie.
I meant our Kyle.
I mean, he might.
Oh, our cow. Cow. Hey, where's our cow?
Oh, our Kyle will show up the second that we go offline.
Right. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here.
No, that's somebody else, right? Who does that?
That's Kyle Marvel Zombie.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think
That's
so.
the same Kyle. Okay,
Yes.
my bad.
I cannot believe you don't know our listeners that well.
I
Shame.
sorry, I have a lot of things in my head.
Hello, Oz. Welcome to the first time live stream.
Welcome to your first time.
Yeah.
Oh, Oz, like, oi, g'day. Is it?
I don't know.
Is it that kind of Oz?
Sorry, Oz. Or is it just
It's literally a Garfield phone.
male prison sex?
Oh, sweet. I love that show. That's a good show.
Yes, only Australians can watch Oz.
Oh, that's Australian, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, now I
probably couldn't
understand the
understand
joke
his
you're trying to make.
accent.
Yeah. I did a bit too thick of an accent.
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 Oh, you're from New Zealand.
Yeah, I was gonna say you keep dipping into New Zealand there instead of.
Right, yeah.
Accent.
What?
Yeah, that was also an Oz. We're making all the Oz references, except for the main one,
Aw,
as in like Toto. You know, the band sang the "Bless the Rains Down in Africa."
yep. All the kids really
Yeah.
like that song for some reason. It's gone all memey.
Has it?
May.
Yeah, it's one of them may-mays.
May-mays.
that the kids like.
May.
May-may.
All right, let's do a thing. Just gonna stretch it out. I feel stretched.
Buddy!
Ready to buy into your video screens.
Your mustache is crooked. I don't know. Okay.
Bye. Yeah. All right. All right. Everything's going. We can start this.
That sounds great.
Cool.
That sounds so good.
Man, one of these days I'm going to remember a dry erase marker so I can actually put something useful in this. Like, you know, or deets.
Oh, you can put some deets?
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey!
BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 427.
Blaze it.
Good God. What?
No.
Okay.
So I'm Harlow,
Mackey's not here, but I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
and what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast, Mackie or not, is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 joxes and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks
We
is
like that movie.
That movie that we like.
However, there are bad movies. Doesn't stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags isn't giant bags of trash.
They should be thrown away because they suck.
We don't
Bad
like
trash.
them.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Yes.
So, I don't know. There's no reason. We just landed on this movie.
Yeah.
1987's The Hidden.
Was there a particular reason that drew us to it?
Came out on Blu-ray recently, and we picked it up, and I've seen this before, and I thought we needed a rebound from The Soldier, and I thought this might do the trick.
Okay.
That was my
I think
thinking.
some people took a little bit of umbrage with us saying, "Is this really a bad movie?"
It is a B movie.
It's more a semi-forgotten movie.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yes, lost to time.
Yeah, maybe
I-
perhaps mildly hidden. Yeah. Let's get a quick plot summary for this out of the way. We'll talk more about it. Law-abiding people suddenly become violent criminals. A cop and an FBI agent race for answers in this sci-fi thriller.
Ooh. Cool.
Kill.
Yeah. You don't really know it's a sci-fi thriller for a while if you're going into it cold.
True.
So
I thought it was just a cop movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be weird Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
And
I bet I know exactly what scene gave it away. That it was not going to be just a cop movie.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about who we have returning
Right.
from this movie, from BMFcast lore.
Yeah.
The past.
The cast of this has been with us before.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle MacLachlan, of course,
Right.
from Showgirls.
Yes, his most famous role.
Very well known for Showgirls. Michael Nouri,
Mm-hmm.
who is the other male lead in this film. 3 other BAMFcast movies. He was in Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Hologram Man.
Captain America 1990.
1990.
Yeah, you have to specify.
Yes. And also the gift that keeps on giving, GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords.
Whew.
And then you have Claudia Christian, who Babylon 5, that's what
Sure.
that's the big thing everyone probably knows.
Fine,
her
you're
from.
giving her a real credit as
Sure.
opposed to all the BAMFcast credit she has.
Yeah, but she has also been in 3 BAMFcast movies. She was in Arena.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Think Big.
Oh,
No doubt about that.
it. Yeah.
And Maniac Cop 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have also Edo Ross, who is Michael Nuri's partner in this. He, most people know him from Red Heat. He's the Russian bad guy in that. But he was in the 5 Joxer Action Jackson.
Okay.
So,
Well, that covers it.
yeah. Those are all the alums we have.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 more who each have 1 line late in the film.
Sure. They appear and disappear just about as quick.
It's like, hey, oh.
Yeah.
So, I guess we can talk about them when we get there.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, this is. I mean, it starts on a bank heist. Well, it starts on security cameras of a bank heist, where this is the time period where lots of people went to the bank, and for some strange reason, didn't pay attention to suspicious people standing completely still for like 3 minutes, wearing trench coats, and not go, "Hey,
It's
it's LA, and why the fuck is this guy in a trench coat?"
Right.
But yeah, it's just dude standing there waiting, and then I guess that was, the armored car guys come out with some money, and he's just like, "Hey, guess what? Shotgun," and blasts them, takes the money, and then shoots a couple other people, and then smiles directly at the camera, and then shoots it, and then walks out,
Yes.
and hops in a Ferrari, and is just smiling all the way. Pops in a tape, takes time to baby drive her up before driving away,
Right.
and proceeds to blast. We think maybe Iron Maiden.
It was not Iron Maiden.
No?
There was no Iron Maiden.
It was
credited.
all right. It was Iron Maiden-esque.
It was, yes.
And proceeds to start a giant car chase.
Could have been one of the 3 Concrete Blonde songs in this
Okay.
in this movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this kind of music.
Chuck and I watched the music credits,
did.
and they were confusing.
They were very confusing. But yeah, he leads the cops on a chase, which involves a lot of police cars, all trying to get in front of him, and he kind of basically blows through them at every opportunity. He drives through a park at one point,
He does.
which a person is pushing a person in a wheelchair down the sidewalk. And normally in movies you see that, and it's a moment of danger that is averted. No, he just plows right into this dude in a wheelchair because the person pushing him just jumps
The
out of the way.
caregiver's just like, well, you already can't walk, so I
Yeah.
guess you'll be fine.
Yep. Later, there are 2 guys carrying a pane of glass across the street.
Again, you think you know how that's going to go in most movies?
Nope.
You're wrong.
He smashes into the glass, but also through the 2 dudes.
Right. Well, I think he just sort of clips one. One definitely goes full on, like face into windshield
Yes.
and roll off the car. Mm-hmm. And then there's a persistent blood stain from that dude for the rest of the car chase.
Yep. And eventually this ends at there's a police barricade over a hill, and this is when our main cop cast has shown up, and they're just like, wow, what do you got? All right, here he comes.
Now, I will say, there is a moment where, what's his face, Nuri, Michael Nuri, like, has this, like, no, wait, I'm the best shot.
Yeah.
Because he's like, give me the shotgun, and then he, like, does this, like...
He does like the lethal weapon,
head crack your neck thing, and then it's just like, but it never really actually pays off. Like, he's fine at shooting, but it's not like he's some exceptional shot.
Yeah, no, he hits the car like everyone else does because they're all firing shotguns at it.
Right. I was just saying, like, they do this, and then, like, they just seem to set up, like, he's this amazing shot.
Yeah.
He's fine.
But also, yeah, I mean, he's fine. He hits his target, but they all hit their target. This eventually causes the car to not stop, so they have to abandon their barricade.
Well, he plows. Well, he's just not stopping.
Right.
The guy just drives through, and it's not a. It's a roadblock with like 8 police cars.
Yeah.
And he just plows right through all of them, drags one for 20 or 30 feet, and then careers off into a fence.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that the little Ferrari side panels, the iconic side panels, kind of come off and like go out like wing style.
Yeah, like
they don't fly all the way off.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of funky that they chose to do that, I guess. But.
Yeah,
it's those weird kit cars. You never know what's going to happen with them.
But the dude driving the car gets out and just kind of smiles at them, and that's literally all he does. He smiles at them, and they're just like, oh, man, no, fuck no, this guy's still alive. Murder his car. So they just keep shooting at him. They hit him a couple more times, and then the car explodes. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, okay, take this guy to the hospital. So it like cuts to that guy in the hospital just burned, and the doctor's like, yeah, I don't know. We might send him back to intensive care, but it's not going to do any good. And this guy's in a room with another guy, another patient. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I guess we go back to the police station for a little bit before we get this. Like they leave him for a little while because Michael Nuri goes there, and then Michael Nuri goes back to the police station.
Yeah, they just kind of show up and like they're like, "Hey, Doc, is he gonna make it?" He's like, "Oh, the condition he is, I'm surprised he's alive now. He's probably not gonna make it through the night." And he's just like, "Good," and walks away.
Right.
Because there's a brief speech where the doctor's like, "Hey, nobody deserves to die like this," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, well here's all of the things he did. He's killed like 24 people, like injured another 30 or so."
Yeah. Robbed 6 banks.
Yeah, robbed 6 banks, stole a bunch of Ferraris, candy store that was in there for some reason, and then like mutilated like 4 people, 2 of which were kids. So yeah, if anyone deserves to die horribly, it's this guy.
Yeah.
So fuck off, Doc.
Leaves the doc conflicted. Like, well, maybe you're right. Yeah. But so he goes back to the police station, and this just okay. So the first shot back at the police station is like I don't know. It's like the captain and the lieutenant are discussing how Michael Nuri needs to go on the detail of this guy who's coming to town, this senator. And the lieutenant is explaining to the captain, he's like, if I give him up, it'll be chaos. And he is just going on and on and on about how the civilization will end if he takes him off the street because he'll never get him back and the punks will take over the world and it'll just be the worst thing ever. And the captain's like, dude, just shut up. We're taking him. So Michael Nuri's just, this is just, hey, all the cops in the bullpen, let's learn a little bit about them, but not really.
And Kyle MacLachlan walks in.
Yeah.
He's like,
well, the lieutenant guy brings him in and is just like, hey, this guy's from the FBI. You're going to work with him. Mm-hmm. And Michael Nuri's like, yeah, no, I'm not. And the other guy just walks away like, whatever, dude, I'm not listening to this.
Yeah, he's just like, what about this and my caseload? And I've got this. And he walks some paperwork over to this one, the nerdy detective dude who's just like gets stuck with all the paperwork, I guess.
Yeah.
He's the, nerdy finish my homework guy.
He's like, don't put that on my desk. Don't put it on. He's like, I'd like to see my wife. I haven't seen my wife in a week. And everyone's like, I saw your wife last night.
Oh,
oh, boom. Yeah. So it's one of those.
But then Kyle MacLachlan's like, hey, I'm looking for this guy named this. And he's like, well, I have good news for you. He's dead.
Yeah.
Or he's dying in the hospital room. He's like, which one? And
they tell him, and he just immediately just turns around and walks out of the scene, and they're like, that guy's weird.
Yeah.
So
this is when we go back to the hotel room, or the hospital.
Right.
And like, he just suddenly wakes up, like eyes wide open, and then like pulls the tube out of his throat, all the stuff off his arms, and then
he does the easy movie hospital thing of just yoinking everything off of him like it's no big deal.
Well, yeah, the throat one was especially funny because it's like, no, those go way further down.
Yeah, that's not just tickling the back of your throat; that's in your goddamn stomach.
Yeah. But yes, it's like and then he just goes over and he's like, I'm going to murder the dude next to me. Like takes off his sensors and everything and just starts strangling him. But it's really more like just to get him to open his mouth because this is where we know it's a sci-fi movie because the dude that is all burned up from the car opens up his mouth and a giant spider snake thing,
some sort of larva spider.
I mean, the legs that first come out are very hairy spider thing, and then it's like the body is
like fucking Mothra comes out.
Then it's like a sluggish body and
slug face, spider arms, squid back end, lots of tentacles going on,
and it's a pretty grody special effect.
Pretty gross,
like coming out of this dude's mouth and going into the other one. So because they've got kind of fake heads of both ends.
Yeah, apparently that was done stop motion.
All right,
it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a good effect.
It is a good effect.
Like
it's gross.
Cut to the burn dude. protruding this thing out of its mouth, and you can tell that's just but it's all good. It's all good practical effects going on in this. But yeah, so that's happened, and then Kyle MacLachlan comes in, and like
it's just standing there because like they're looking over. All the doctors are standing around like scratching their heads, like
Yeah.
dead dude here. Where's the other guy?
the other guy just got up and left. Oh no, because that guy didn't just get up and leave first, because the doctor comes in to do the shock paddles on him,
right, yeah.
and does so, and then just gets electrocuted himself, and he's like, "What the hell was that?" And then the guy gets up and walks out of there. So the main doctor comes in and is just like, "The hell's going on here?" It's like, "I don't know." And Kyle MacLachlan
He stands there awkwardly for a while, then pulls out his FBI badge.
Yeah.
He's got this sad look on his face, like
Yeah.
oh, and he's like, FBI, what's the deal? And it's like, this guy just got up and walked out. Like,
this guy's dead on the floor. The other guy got up and left, and he's like,
and they're like, how? Because like he had he had stomach issues.
yeah, because he goes and has a meeting with the doctor to get the file on the guy, and the doctor tells him like, look, this guy's got intense gastro problems and his heart's giving out, and he's just
quadruple bypassed yesterday.
He's not gonna make it. So, and then Kyle MacLachlan takes the file photo basically of this guy.
And for some reason, the doctor, it's weird because it's a hospital, and it's like, do hospital doctors actually know anybody because they see so many people? He's like, this guy wouldn't do a thing. Like he's clean.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. No way.
Yeah. But Kyle MacLachlan goes back to the police station and is like, okay, now we're looking for this guy.
Yeah. I just realized we actually saw Michael Nuri for a brief second before he hit the police barricade, because he was at the guy's neighbors, the dude driving the Ferrari's neighbor, and he's just like, normal guy. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but like, normal guy. Very
what do you
nice.
do? Rob a bank?
And then a guy comes running up. Is like, we got him.
Yeah,
he's on such and such road.
We got him.
Yeah, so we actually kind of got a brief introduction
Yeah.
to him going door to door.
Yeah,
finding out about this guy.
But he comes back in and is just like, all right, now we're looking for this guy, and they go and get his record off of the computer, and Michael Nuri's like, all this guy has is traffic tickets. I don't chase traffic tickets.
Yeah. So this isn't the guy. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. So Kyle MacLachlan is basically like, well, fine, I'll just do this myself.
Yeah, he just storms off, and then we get to see
most of this is the adventures of this dying old man with an alien inside.
Because the first place he goes is to a record store.
Yeah,
and it's just like he's just pocketing cassette tapes, and then way too old and doesn't really fit in this place. Record store dude is like, "Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, old man.
Yeah.
And
I am also an old man. Please stop stealing from me."
Old recognizes old.
They kind of get into like an elderly fisticuffs, and then he's like, "I got a club behind the counter here," and tries to beat him, and dude takes it and beats him to death.
Yes, and then takes the money.
Steals the money out of the cash register, steals a boombox, and then just goes
takes a gun.
Takes the gun out of the cash register and goes plodding out, and almost runs into a lady who's like, "Hey, asshole!"
Yeah, and then she walks into the record store and is like, "Oh God, a dead body!"
Scream. Yeah, and then that's how they know they have a description on this guy, because this lady saw her. So it's cops go investigate this, and they're like, "How many dead bodies in this short amount of time? This is crazy."
Yeah,
but they get this lady to give a police sketch, and it matches the photo, and they put it on APB, and he's like, all right, fine, we're looking for this guy. It doesn't make any sense, but we're looking for this guy.
Yeah. And meanwhile, this guy has gone to the Ferrari dealership because he's watched this dude finish his test drive and is like, I want that car.
Right.
And
well, he started chasing him on foot and then almost had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Which is, it's real weird because they don't really fully establish exactly how this symbiotic thing lives, because it seems like later in the movie, you can get shot 50 times and it doesn't really affect the thing inside.
Yeah.
But also it's relying on this dude's heart and body that's failing.
I think it's just the locomotion of the dude is failing because the dude's heart is failing.
Yeah.
Like,
he can't. This alien thing can't get around.
But I don't know if you know, but like if you're pumped full of bullet holes, that really affects your blood flow.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Sure.
No, I
really.
don't think so.
Yeah.
But like, so
bullets are really just
they're just a mild
they're
inconvenience.
just
they're so
suggestions,
small.
really.
Sure.
They're tiny.
Yeah.
But so like he goes to like a diner to pig out, and he's blasting his boombox while everyone is just like, good God, what's wrong with this guy? And then he sees the car drive by outside the Ferrari.
Well, he's also watching TV because he sees the senator is on TV. Like, are you going to run for president? He's like, I don't know. You find out in a little while. Wink, wink, and everybody's clapping for him. And
super intrigued by that.
yeah, he turns off the radio for that to listen to that.
But then gets distracted by the Ferrari that drives by. So he tries to chase it. almost has a heart attack, so he just has to walk the rest of the way. And eventually he gets to the dealership, and he's like, I want this car. And the guy's like, yeah, get out of here, buddy. I'm selling this car.
Yeah, this car's sold. I'll sell you another one.
And the guy's like, I'm buying this car. Don't touch it. So he keeps fucking with the car, and they send out this bouncer guy to get him out of there. And eventually he just pummels that guy.
And shoots him.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yes. So then we go to the sales office where...
Man.
Holy
It's
shit.
a great sales office.
Yeah.
So...
Buying a car in the 80s, man. Am I right?
So the customer is just sitting there doing cocaine out of the back of a small Ferrari.
Well, no,
it's
not,
great. You
not
gotta-
directly. The trunk.
Well, that's
of the,
just the source.
Yeah.
There's a tiny diecast Ferrari
Yep.
Right.
with its trunk open and a small mountain of cocaine in
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
And then a small spoon, and he's spooning it out onto a mirror
Yes.
and then cutting it up with a golden safety razor blade
Yeah.
and snorting it with like some sort of metal straw.
I think it was a
is-
double-sided razor blade. He was living on the double
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the safety razor. Yeah.
Well, no, safety razor's got the one side you can hold on to. Double-sided has two blades.
I thought the safety razors were the ones that looked like that.
Well, we should go to
Anyhow,
the-
Oh,
Internet
the
movie
safety
razor
part is that you
database.
have one end you can hang on to without cutting yourself.
Yeah. But it's weird because the dealer is just like, yeah, man, go ahead, have at it. So, and he like takes some and rubs it on his gums too. And then,
I just want to point out that in this Ferrari/Lamborghini dealership,
yeah.
they have a little Ferrari that is a Coke holder.
Yep.
Where the engine would be.
Yep.
Which pretty much, gets you everything you need to know.
Yes. Yes. There's also a Lamborghini rug on the wall behind the door.
Yeah.
But anyway, old man alien walks in, and it's just like,
Well, he's dragging the dead bouncer.
yeah,
and
he
just
throws
him
that
on the
guy
ground.
in there first, and then he walks
He's
in. He's
like, I want the car.
give me the keys.
And he's like, dude, give him the fucking keys.
He's
Like,
like-
I just signed for it. He's like, give him the
give
keys.
him the goddamn keys.
And he's like, then he goes, thank you, and then shoots them both.
Yes, shoots them both, and then just goes and gets in the car and drives away into traffic, stunting all over the place. But he is rapidly dying. Like his
Oh, yeah.
body
Oh,
is
he is pale as shit at this
rejecting-
point, yeah.
Yeah. So he's driving along and he sees a guy picking up girls on the street, and then he decides, I want to do that. So he tries to do that, and the girls are like, fuck you. And so for some reason, he has stolen the wallet of the guy who was going to buy the car.
Right.
And he just starts digging around in the wallet, and he finds some business cards. One is for like this imports business, which I guess was this guy's business.
I don't know why he decided to go there.
It was a weird, like, what was the? It was he was immediately rejected by the girls on the street, and then just decided, I'm going to dig into this wallet.
Because he also had a business card for the harem room.
Right.
Which
He will attend later.
Right. We'll go there later,
Yeah.
boys and girls. But he decides, instead of going to the harem room after being immediately rejected by the girls, to go to this Anchor
Anchor
thing,
imports.
Anchor Imports.
Yeah. Which he walks in, and it's just garbage. It's just the lamest garbage.
It's just a bunch of shitty artwork.
Yeah. You soon figure out why. Because he goes into the back room, opens a door, and it's just filled with guns. Like, it is just gun room. Just 100 guns in there. But he also starts stroking out again. And it's at this point, he's stroking out so bad that the thing that's inside of him is trying to get out. And, like, pokes through his arm. And
Grab some packing tape and just
Yeah,
like,
he wraps it-
I'll make a tourniquet with
right.
packing tape.
Wraps it back up. But this leads... That's what's going to be the demise of this old man alien character, is that he's eventually going to bleed to death because he's just bleeding from this alien poking out of his arm trying to get out. So he's just losing all his blood. But yeah, then eventually he goes to the harem club. And he's just sitting at the bar bleeding to death and drinking.
Yeah, but like the bartenders. Well, first off, like on the stage is Claudia Christian.
Yes.
And
Very important.
doing her thing well, and but the bartender comes over and doesn't notice him bleeding. We get a shot of his arm on the bar, pool of blood,
Right.
Show that he's got a bag full of guns down at his feet. Bartender walks over and is just like, "Hey, buddy, you feeling all right? You look pretty pale."
Yeah.
Doesn't notice. I mean, not a small puddle of blood.
No.
Like it's running down into the next seat on the bar.
Yeah.
Puddle of blood.
Yeah.
Doesn't notice it, and he's just like, "I'm fine."
Yeah.
And sugar and water.
So I think while all this is going on, like back at the police station, Michael Nuri and Kyle MacLachlan are looking at things, evidence, trying to figure stuff out. And one of the cops in the background comes in just with a flamethrower on his shoulder, and you're like, dude, what the hell? And they ask him, he's like, yeah, they took this off some gangbanger on the street. What the hell's happening to this town? And they just put it away. And you're like,
well, Michael Nuri's like, whatever happened to Zip Gun?
Yeah. So I think like Michael Nuri's wife calls him, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll be home in 15 minutes. And then he asks Kyle MacLachlan to come home with him to go to dinner.
And they have a super awkward dinner. Super awkward
Yeah,
dinner.
because Kyle MacLachlan's being weird.
Yeah, okay, so they're both of the alien things are doing it. Like they're both being weird. They're doing the Egger thing from Men in Black. I mentioned that, but I mean they're both like, we cannot possibly be more obvious that we are not from here.
Kyle MacLachlan is better at it than
until this scene.
Yes, but they okay, so he's weird around the kid. Like they're tucking in Michael Nuri's kid, and he's just standing there, just duh. And the kid's looking at him like, that's a secret alien. So that's awkward and weird. And then what the thing is that they cut to them at dinner, and he's pounding back a beer. And I guess just one beer fucks this alien up, because he is just, throughout the rest of the dinner,
He's not pounding a beer. He is sipping it like, what
yeah,
is
he's
this?
drinking it like I would.
And not only that, like even
drinking it like the fucking president, just like really weird going after it. Like he's never seen a bottle before, probably because
Probably
he
hasn't. Yeah.
It's not just the beer though. Like he is poking it. Like he was eating his food so awkwardly that I was like, "Is this like?" I'm trying to think. Like, fuck, it went out of my head. But like movies where there's like an alien or a vampire or some shit, and they can't eat real food. You know, I was actually like expecting that reaction, like him to just like swallow the food out of like being polite, and then just be like, "Oh god!"
Yeah, it comes out his ear or some shit.
You know, like.
Yeah,
something. Just that's how weird he was being.
But she asks him like where he's from, and Michael Nuri says Seattle, and then he kind of says, not from Seattle, and she says, "Oh, where are you from?" And he just points at the ceiling.
God damn it!
And she's like,
"You're from up
north? I know people up north." And she's like, "Where are you from?" And he says the name of his planet. And
she's like, "Is that in the United States?"
Is that the United States? And he's just like,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So then everyone goes to bed, including Kyle MacLachlan, who is just sleeping on a spare bed in their house. But he's explained, so far he's explained to Michael Nuri that the person they're chasing has killed his partner. And then at dinner, he explains that not only did this person kill his partner, he also killed his wife and his daughter.
Right. Yes. And all of that came up because there was another equally awkward scene where Michael Nuri and his wife are tucking in their daughter, young daughter, and then he's just standing in the doorway like, "I'm going to stare at your daughter."
Yep.
Yeah. And then the daughter is just like, will not speak to him. Just has this like, I know you're bad. It's like the cat that knows there's a ghost.
Yes.
She's just like, all right, there's something fucked up about this guy.
The dog sees the ghost in the house. And what triggers the weird dinner conversation, he's like, your daughter's special. It's just like, you get the fuck out of my house, is what the reaction should have been. But they're just like,
do you have kids?
Yeah, the kids are special, all right. So
yeah, so then he drops the bomb of like,
yeah,
my wife and kid are dead.
Right.
Along with my partner. Anyway, good meatloaf.
Yeah. So anyway, they go to bed, and the old man at the strip club goes backstage where Claudia Christian is finished with her show, and she's just like, "No, show's over. Get the fuck out."
We can't totally sleep on the Claudia Christian show, because there's at least one thing that bears mentioning during her stripping
when
act.
She starts to bear her unmentionables.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Let's just say it's money.
It's the money shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say this because she is wearing literally a dollar bill.
Yeah.
I mean,
dollar bill bikini.
Yeah, dollar bill bikini. Yeah.
Yeah. For a stripper, it's really on the nose. I mean,
no, it's on her vagina.
It's on her vagina. You're right.
It's true. Yeah. But
yeah, it's little chains.
I mean, like it's so weird because like when it first happens, it was like, well, that's weird that you already have tips like before you've stripped. Oh, that's actually your bikini. Thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. But yeah.
She also has a ridiculous fake rack going on that is not her chest in any way, shape, or form. That is augmented in a really dumb way. You can go ahead and hit Bing right now and verify that. But anyway, so yeah, she's backstage. She's just like, "Get out of here!" No, no show. And
Yeah, he just grabs her, and you know what's up.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh yeah, there was there was a bit of trivia about
her faked.
her rack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were upset that her rack wasn't racky enough.
yes,
Yeah,
Racky's not here tonight.
I'm racky.
Anyway, I'm sure her rack is fine, but for whatever.
It is.
Anyway,
Confirmed by
yeah.
being.
Somehow the cops know he's in there, like before any of the screaming or anything
because
happens.
the Ferrari's outside.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, they've tracked the Ferrari. They know the Ferrari's there, so they think he's inside. They're outside waiting, and they hear a scream, and they go in.
Well, they're about to enter, and like the one cop pokes his head in the door, and Claudia Christian he's like, "Oh, come on out, ma'am." And
Yeah.
so Claudia Christian walks out wearing this red almost dress. Like it's
Got butt cleavage.
yeah. I mean, it's like
It's like the dress is on upside down and backwards.
Right.
well, that wouldn't be any better, Chuck. I mean,
Well, reversed and upside down.
Strike that, reverse it.
So
Yeah.
disproportional diagonally.
right?
It's got a bunch of holes on the back, including one that shows her
Yeah,
butt cleavage.
it has a
Yeah.
plunging butt line.
It does, very much so.
Yeah.
So anyway, the cops all head in there because they're screaming going on. She just walks out, and there are a couple of just L.A. street people who are like, "Hey, I know you. You're that lady."
One of them has a Lamborghini jacket.
Yeah, this guy's like, "Hey,
You
like
cars?
cars?"
'Cause she
she
goes-
tries to go over to the car, and
And
the cops are like,
"Ma'am."
ma'am, please fuck off.
That's a police car. It's
a crime
matter.
thing.
Get away. They're screaming indoors. Just
Crime away."
Yes.
And this fucking sleazebag's like, "Hey, you look like you kind of girl who likes a car, huh? I got a sweet
I
ride
got
over
it.
here.
I got a car.
Look at this Lamborghini
Uh-huh.
jacket. It's all velour and embroidered and shit.
It's
Come over to my car."
Yeah, my Lincoln Town car.
No, it's like it's actually a pretty nice Cadillac,
Yeah.
but
it's also lime green.
Yeah.
fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is sparkly lime green.
It's-
All right,
yeah.
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But she fucks this dude to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Not exactly sure what takes place, but
He dies.
She finished, like, she's done and boots him out of the car.
Yes, he
and
is
he's
both
dead.
finished and finished.
Yes.
and
He
spent.
came and went.
But no, I think like as nice as the car may look, all I could imagine was how that car smelled based on this guy. Having
Oh, yeah,
owned it.
for sure.
Well, especially after this.
Well, sure,
because an
yeah.
alien just fucked in it.
That's true.
That's specious.
It was formerly a stripper, now an alien, butt cleavage.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot,
Going
yeah.
on.
He came in peace.
Yes. yeah. Yeah. So
That was a good one.
she drives away.
In the smelly lime green Cadillac.
Yep. I'm not sure how. Okay, no. So Michael Nouri and Kyle MacLachlan get a call, and they show up at the strip club, and immediately they're like, "Okay, who was in this room with her? Her. Okay, we just so happen to have a glossy 8x10 of her right here. This is her. Let's go get her." So they are now on the lookout for. But then they find the body, and the coroner's like, "Dudes, what the fuck is going on? Like, everywhere you people are going, there's dead people." So anyway, now they know what car to look for. And the two patrol officers stop the car and tell her to get out, and she gets out and just basically waggles her rack at them, and they're like, "Oh God, gonna be one of those nights." And then she just lights up the car.
Well, also after she killed the guy by fucking, she sat in the car for a while and admired her assets.
she did. She played with her rack.
Yeah.
Which, that's what ladies do. They just sit around all day and play
Yeah.
with their racks.
Yeah.
I know a thing or two.
That's what I've heard.
Yes, the math checks out. You don't even have to look it up. It's true.
Yeah.
Totally true. You can trust us.
Trust us,
The
yeah.
bad movie Fiends. We know the racks.
We are 100% factual all the time.
We know
We-
everything there is to know about women.
We would not lie to you. 3 dudes.
We would not lie to women about women, especially.
That's absolutely true. But yes, she drives off.
Yeah, she lights up the car.
Yeah, she lights up the car, and then like they're in hot pursuit. Like Nori and McLaughlin,
Yeah, they're right there.
are in hot pursuit. They like pass by the guards. Like, well, I think we're going the right way. And, oh, look, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, well, this is obviously she was just here.
Yeah, and so they do some shooting outside, out the car, and once again proving that Michael Nouri is not the shot that he seems to act like he is.
No.
Because he's just hitting the trunk, and Kyle MacLachlan's like, why don't you try aiming for the tires? He's like, oh, really? I was trying.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
He's like,
Look, you alien shit.
He's like an Abilene. He's
Yeah.
just like, man, he just fucking sucks.
and then he's like, well, let me try. Here, take the wheel. And he's like,
Yeah.
what? Because the car careens out of control wildly. Did we even mention that he's driving around in a Porsche?
Stolen, but
Stolen,
a Porsche
we
he
don't-
admits to have stolen.
He says that he's stolen it,
Yeah.
but we're at the point where he's just an awkward weirdo, and he could be saying literally anything. But
Right.
it's a nice champagne-ish Porsche 928.
But
I like
also, by now, he's an alien.
Right.
Yes.
And the other alien likes stealing fast cars, so obviously this one does too. That's all you gotta know.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean, Chuck? They're not from the same planet.
They're not from the same planet, but they both have the same tastes.
it. However, all aliens like stealing cars.
Yes.
This is a fact that this movie
that's why
presents.
aliens come here. All aliens come here to steal
I
cars.
cannot condone this xenophobia.
Well, fine.
Xenomorphobia.
Yes, okay. So,
But yes, he's like, I'm going to lean out and do it, and makes him grab the wheel. And then he manages to shoot the wheel. Kyle MacLachlan does. And
yep.
So,
And her
Only
car
took him 2 shots.
crashes into the Neptune mannequin factory.
the Neptune
Yes.
mannequin factory.
Yep. And then there's a long stalking sequence through this place of just like trying to figure out where she is. And she just shows up on a catwalk.
Yeah, I was going to say, it never pays out. It doesn't
No.
pay off like you think it's going to pay off. Like,
you figure she's hiding amongst the mannequins, ET style or something.
In fact, there's one, like, they go through the first room, and it's like, okay, she's not in there. And then there's this music stinger when they walk in the
Yeah.
next room, because it is weird, because there is, like, one mannequin that has hair on it,
Yep.
and a whole bunch of bald ones.
Yep.
And the shot
The
is...
Baldwins are in this?
Yes, the bald ones. Bald ones.
Oh.
There's
sorry.
one mannequin with lady hair and a bunch of bald mannequins next to it. And the music stinger is like, flah! And it's like, well, obviously, okay, it's the one with the hair. Mm-hmm. It's not.
No, it has nothing.
It just, the music picks up for, like, literally no reason. The music goes rather intense in this section,
Yeah.
actually.
It is wild that this looks like it's just a mannequin factory
Yeah. Mhm.
in real life.
Yeah.
And they just crash through the front of it and then walk through the back of it. Like, L.A., man, is fucking crazy.
yeah.
Especially back in 87?
Yeah.
When you could just crash in your car into a
Hey.
building for the sake of your film.
They could write it off as, hey, total loss.
Yeah, they're
all
like,
our mannequins are dead.
See what Mannequin the movie did for mannequins.
Also a total loss.
And we can do that for you if you just let us crash through your storefront.
That's right. We get
The
to do that.
Neptune Mannequin Company.
But now world
famous.
renowned.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
It worked.
And we wouldn't lie to you.
We're part of the fucking system here.
31 years later, it's still on the tip of every podcast's tongue.
That's right.
Yeah. It's now the last planet.
They're now sponsoring our show. It's weird.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to do our ad.
Yeah,
for
we
it.
should do our pre-roll for the Neptune mannequins. Anyway, so they just come to a stop at some point and are just like, I don't know. And then she's just up on a catwalk with her gun and just starts disintegrating
Shoots her little
mannequins.
gun on the catwalk.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they are lighting her up, and so it's an interesting thing throughout this movie that whenever the person that's possessed by the alien is getting shot, like they don't react to squibs at all. That's got to go
Nope.
against like every instinct you have as an actor.
When something explodes on your body?
Yes,
Yeah.
but
I
they're
imagine
all
so.
real good at it to the point where like you're not even sure the squib went off sometimes. But they show she gets hit in both arms like 5 or 6 times, and then
Well, I mean, all right, a good squib doesn't hurt.
no, but it's still something on your body near it that's I mean, it's still like even your instinct as an actor is supposed to go, oh, I've been shot.
Right. But I mean,
It's just I'm not saying
if
it's
they're, no, I'm
fascinating.
saying if they're done right, all it is a sound, and that's
I
what
know.
makes you react.
I know.
is-
I just think it's interesting how completely unfazed everyone reacts
Yeah.
to squibs in the movie.
Still, I mean, something exploding on you
Sure.
would
Yeah.
probably make you flinch.
Well, they probably like. Have you ever had a squib go off on you before? No. Okay. Well, we're gonna do one. This is what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'm
now,
sure.
now don't react to any of the other ones.
Right. Yes.
They all do a really good job.
Yes.
of-
Yes, they
of
do.
it.
They do.
Yeah, they
And
do.
she gets shot in the same spot in the shoulder like 5 times.
She does. Yeah.
It's the same shot, and then they cut back to
It's the bloody part of the shoulder.
yeah. And
Oh,
then
the
they-
bloody part of his shoulder.
bloody part of the shoulder, and then they cut back to the wide shot of her, and that shoulder is completely fine. They
Yeah.
do that several times. Put that in the goofs.
Goofs.
In the goofs.
Silly goose.
Goofs.
But anyway, she fucks off to the roof, and then they they stalk her up there for a while.
Roof.
This goes on for a while of them like running around and doing cop things around corners and stuff, and eventually
she takes a shot at
she shoots Michael Nuri
Yeah.
in the shoulder, which then propels him over the side of the building.
Yeah, hanging on by one arm.
Yeah,
his good arm.
and
luckily.
then Kyle MacLachlan just lights her up, just unloads and then reloads and lights her up some more, and she's over by a big neon billboard sign, and he's now drawn his alien gun. Like, he has finished putting bullets into her and has drawn his alien gun. Like, this is okay, confirmation, this dude's a fucking alien. Like, this is it.
Yes.
And he's waiting for this thing to come out of her because her neck is starting to bubble and do weird shit, and she's just like, oh no, this isn't over.
I'll see you in hell.
Yeah.
That's not what she says,
No,
but might as well be.
yeah. So she just turns around and jumps through the billboard down to the ground, and he's like, shit. So he has to go get Michael Nuri, who was just dangling on the side of the building.
Oh, he'd pulled himself up at this point because
Did
he saw this whole, like, you shot her a bunch of times, and what the fuck was that silver
Right.
thing? Because he kind of, like, after the shit settles down, he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Who the fuck are you? What the fuck?
Yes.
Does that kind of reaction.
Yeah. But so all the cop buddies are showing up, and one guy pulls up his station wagon right next to the dead body.
It's the chief. It's the guy that was like...
It's the lieutenant, not the captain.
Yeah, it's the lieutenant who
Yeah.
was like, if you take him off this team to go have this detail,
Yeah.
dogs and cats, mass hysteria. You know.
So he shows up in his station wagon wearing his jammies and brought the family dog with him. And the
some
family
reason.
dog runs right over to the body like, hey, check this out. And then, of course, you hear dog yelp, and then you're like, okay, thing's in the fucking dog now. Great.
And it sure is, because like as Kyle MacLachlan and Michael Nuri walk by, the dog is like, "Rrr."
Yeah. Giving him the business.
Yeah.
A 15-yard penalty for that.
And Kyle MacLachlan's like, it's not here. And who's been around the body? And they're like, nobody. No one has. And you just see the lieutenant take his dog and go home. And
Yeah, and then he's just angry, and this is when Michael Nuri has like the whole like, all right, what the fuck? Who are you? What is it? And he actually tells his partner, he's like Willis or whatever. He's like, arrest him, book him.
Yeah.
I don't even know on what yet, but
it's not, well, he keeps asking him, like, you need to tell me what's going on. And he's like, it's not going to help you. He's like, no, fine, whatever. You need to tell me what's going on. He's like, it's not going to help you.
Right.
So that's, he's like, arrest this
fine.
motherfucker.
yeah. And then there's a brief shot where the lieutenant's at home. He's going for a midnight snack, and the dog. The best thing about this is the setup shot is the dog is sitting like, I guess, in like the spare bedroom.
Yep.
Just sitting at like a vanity.
Because all of the possessed people have had shots where they're staring at themselves in a mirror.
Like, I guess, getting to know themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But this
Getting
is
to know
just
all
the
about
dog straight up just sitting and staring at itself in a mirror, which
That's such a great shot.
if you've ever tried to get a dog to do that, holy shit, they can't do it. But this one in particular is just like, this is the best. This is so good. I will forgive you for putting this dog in peril if you're about to do all great dog alien things.
Because the lieutenant comes down and is like, ooh, midnight snack, which is an apple. Like, you look at this guy, and it's like, you don't eat apples
His
at
whole
midnight.
fridge is like chicken wings and half-eaten ham and just all sorts of shit. And he picks out an apple. And as soon as he bites
He's probably
into
about
it,
to dip it in honey and whipped cream and peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
but as soon as
You didn't see
bites
the chocolate
into it,
fountain be
yeah, right? Yeah, he bites into this apple and like literally through the kitchen door, the dog explodes. And
I mean, the dog doesn't explode. The dog explodes through the kitchen door.
correct, yes, sorry, slams this guy into the fridge, which kind of knocks him out, and his bloody apple is dripping out of his. Bloody apple is pouring out of his mouth, and then the dog just kind of growls at his face, and then you're like, okay, now it's in that guy.
Puppy apple.
Yeah. So like the cops have brought Michael Nuri like all the stuff that was in Kyle MacLachlan's possession. He's like, here's the space gun. He's just like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. Take it to the lab. And then the nerdy guy comes in and is like, I did that research you wanted me to do. Kyle MacLachlan's character actually is dead. And here's a picture of his buddy.
Yeah.
Guess what?
FBI agent Lloyd Gallagher was presumed dead in a
Forest
fire.
fire.
Because he and his buddy, whatever the guy's name was.
Rogers.
Yeah.
Jim Stone.
Something like that. Perished because they were hunting in this when the big forest fire broke
Yeah.
out. In
Which I'm guessing is when
Washington.
the UFO crashed.
Probably.
Like, that's the assumption you could make.
Sure. But yeah. And then he's like, yeah, he must have taken over his friend's identity.
Yeah.
been living a lie.
Yep.
We got him.
So they bring Kyle MacLachlan in, and Michael Norrie's like, "You need to tell me what's going on." And he's like, "Well, okay, been chasing this alien."
Yeah, it hops from body to body.
Yeah. And Michael Norrie's like, no. It's a spaceman, really? He's like, yeah,
And
totally.
he doesn't like come out and basically go like, yeah, I'm an alien too.
No, not
But he
yet.
says something like your people or your planet
Yes.
or something like that, and he's just like, I bet being a cop didn't prepare you for this kind of shit, did it? And he goes, actually, it did. And then there's this nice match cut of just like him sitting, like it's like the literal same shot of him sitting in the chair to him standing behind bars, and then
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, we'll try this again later.
Yeah.
You're not full of shit.
But he also had explained to Michael Norrie, he's like, that thing's going to be coming here now. It knows I'm here, and it's going to want me dead, so it can just do whatever the hell it wants.
Yep.
So, okay. Keep in mind, Michael Norrie was shot in the shoulder. Like, he's just walking around with that, that cool cop thing where you just, like, take your arm out of your jacket. That means you got shot that day.
Yeah.
No big deal. He goes home to his wife.
Look, you guys might know about racks and stuff, but that's absolutely true of cops. If you are shot in the shoulder, all you have to do is take your arm out of your sport coat, and you will be fine.
That's right. That's what you do.
Sport coats are the most... That is like bullet wound with a sport coat, most uncomfortable thing in the world.
Yeah.
But you take it right out.
Also, if you're wearing a sport coat when you get a small bullet wound like that, you're 100% going to be fine as soon as necessary.
Yeah, the other problem with that is like when the air hits it directly through the bullet hole on the same coat.
Yeah.
Ooh, that stings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you take your shoulder out,
Right.
keeps it covered.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's been shot in the shoulder, and it never is an issue again. He just goes home and then like gets a phone call an hour later and is just like, all right, I'm coming back in. Because he just comes back to work the next day.
Oh, no, I don't think he ever went home after being shot.
He did. He totally did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because his wife came out and hugged him while he still had the cool... Yes.
I think that was after it was all over,
No,
wasn't it?
he put him in jail and he said, I'm out of here.
You're
He
right,
went
you're
home.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Because, it couldn't have been because of what's about to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he comes back the next day, and Lieutenant has shown up. Lieutenant is now the alien.
Yeah, and everyone's like, hey, Lieutenant. He just passes right by. He's like, I thought
Yeah,
he wasn't
he's just doing the thing where you just shoulder block people. It's just like, hey, what's the deal with you? Meanwhile, in the lab, the scientist, the police scientist, is like, hey, cool, space gun.
They should have just said ballistics lab because that's all was in there was guns.
I know.
This was literally just a ballistics lab.
I know. But he just picks it up and shoots the wall, which explodes, and the evil alien is like, oh, okay.
It doesn't directly, like, okay, so it shoots out, like, the glow.
It does.
It
It
shoots
shoots
out
the
this
glow.
yellow beam.
Yep.
And then it ignites the wall for a little bit and, like, thinks about it, and then it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Because as it was making that noise, the lieutenant was like, I know that noise. And Kyle MacLachlan's like, I know that noise. And then it explodes and everything goes crazy.
Yep.
So Lieutenant guy busts in there and is like, I'll take that. I'll take this shotgun or whatever, and I'll take a hand grenade.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, man.
No, it wasn't a shotgun. It was like some side loading. Like
Yeah.
It looked like a Sten almost.
Was
Yeah. But-
Sterling?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, some sort of like side loading thing, but funky gun. But anyway, he's just like, I'll take that. And at this point, like, Nuri is back and is like, hey, watch out for the lieutenant.
No, not yet. He stumbles into him in the hallway, and the lieutenant is like,
Oh, I
already shot you once. I can't wait to do it again. Now take me to Kyle MacLachlan. And so he's kind of leading him through the police station at gunpoint, and all the other cops notice this, and they're like, oh shit, something's up. So they're kind of like hutting behind them as they're walking down the hall, and
Yeah, he managed to get a little bit of separation, and they just light the lieutenant up.
yeah, so they shoot him a bunch, and he goes down, and Michael Nuri gets away and he's like goes over to where the jail cells are to get Kyle MacLachlan. And meanwhile, like the one of the detectives leans over the lieutenant who's down, and that dude shoots him in the dick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Straight up crotch shots him.
Even before that, I like the reaction that they give. When, like, heat of the moment, they were just like, blam, blam, blam. And then, like, it's over, it's like, holy shit, we just shot the lieutenant. But yeah, he leans over to kind of check on him and gets shot in the dick for his trouble.
Yep.
So.
So Michael Nouri goes over to the jails, and
Well, none of that. He grabbed a random dude in the hallway's gun. He's like, "Give me your gun."
right.
He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Give me your gun!" Yeah. And they aimed it at the guy. He's like, "All right, bye."
Yeah.
Also, tell everyone that
the
watch
lieutenant's
out.
gone crazy and is going to murder everybody.
But
So-
yes, he goes to the lockup, and then it's like, "You need to let me in." And you're like, "Well, you're gonna have to check your gun." He's like, "Let me the fuck in now," and points the gun at him. He's like, "Okay,
Yeah,
all right."
well, fine. Yeah, go ahead. Also, at one point, one of the two BMFcast alums peeks his head out into the hallway to see what's going on.
Random cop.
Yeah. Branscombe cop.
Yeah, Branscombe Richmond pops in and basically goes, "Hey, what's up?" And then gets shot immediately.
Dressed
Dead.
as a patrolman, clean cut. This is probably the most heroic character he's ever been in a movie. And it's just like, hey, guys, blam. And he's dead. So anyway, Michael Nouri goes and gets Kyle MacLachlan and is just like, he's here now, right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this. So as they're starting to leave, the evil alien lieutenant is there shooting at them, eventually with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, okay, so he kind of grabs Kyle MacLachlan and lets him out.
Yep.
And he's like, there's a point where he hands him the alien gun, and
It's like, you're going to need this.
and the best thing about this shot is they're kind of talking like, "You're going to need this," Okay, I kind of believe you now. And is this when he says why didn't you use because there's at some point where he's like, "Why didn't you use this alien gun when you had a chance before?" And he's like, "Because I have to get him between bodies. Because watch," and he just straight up shoots Michael Nouri, and he glows for a minute. And he's like, "It doesn't work on your DNA.
Yeah.
It won't harm humans.
Doesn't hurt human flesh."
Wrong composition.
Yeah,
he
wrong
says.
composition or whatever." And Michael Nouri's just like, "Whoa, that tingles."
Yeah.
For a second, and
Yeah.
then but
Alien dude is down the hallway and just turns 45 degrees with a rocket launcher. It's just like, bye.
yeah, well, he walks in. That's even funnier. Is he just goes. They don't know he's there. He just goes bye, and then something happens.
Kyle MacLachlan shoots him in the head.
Oh, that's what it. Yeah, he shoots him in the head, and it makes him turn just slightly so that it launches down the hall and blows up the end of the hall.
Right.
But even before that, we have to mention the other BMFcast alum was right before this. Danny Trejo is in one of these cells down at the end of the hall.
Yep. Danny Trejoing.
Yeah, and this dude walks in, to which he says,
"Yo, hippie, what kind of dude are you?"
Yeah. And then immediately gets shot for saying those words to this guy.
Yes.
Because this guy's just got a murder boner for everything.
Yeah. No
R.I.P. in peace,
consequences.
Danny.
He didn't give a shit.
Yeah. But yes, he goes, bye, and then gets shot in the head, turns, blows
What
up
does he
the end
go?
of the bye. Yeah. And then shoots, blows up the end of the hallway. So they just kind of sort of run away from him, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We're going to fight you in different places or something." I don't know.
Yep. But so, yeah, evil alien gets away. They're chasing him. They get to the dude's office, see him on the floor. They see the nerdy guy standing over him, and they're like,
"Did you touch him?" Yeah. So no, I just got
Kyle
here.
MacLachlan immediately is like, no, it's not him.
Yeah.
And
He's like, "But Willis was in here, and you went down in the hall to get medical attention." And they're like, "Oh shit, not Willis."
it's Willis. So it's Michael Nouri's partner.
Yeah.
And
He's gone. He left the building. So this is kind of a weird. You feel like this is going to be the end of the movie, but it's not.
no.
Because
You also feel like this next scene is going to be the end of the movie, and it's not either. Because, so, Willis, now the evil alien, is going to where the senator is giving his big presidential announcement campaign thing.
Sure.
He's just fixated. He's like, I'm going to be that guy. I'm just going to be that guy. And he mentioned at one point, he's just like, that's the guy.
Who is
everyone
the man that claps? Everybody claps for.
Yeah. So he just wants to be this guy. So it's some hotel or something that they go to, and Willis gets in by just like, I'm a cop, and they're like, okay, come on in. So Michael Nouri and Kyle MacLachlan show up, and they also say, we are cops, although the cops are sort of like,
No, Michael Nouri was not in the scene. Michael Nouri got that's what allowed him to get away, is when they cornered him when he was
no, he gets shot here. He gets shot in this scene.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you're thinking of the next scene that doesn't have Michael Nouri in it. That's the press conference the aftermath.
fuck, yeah,
press
you're
conference.
right. Okay, Jesus, yeah, it's
Yeah.
confusing.
This is just all the cops have descended on this place.
Yeah, okay.
Michael Nuri and Kyle MacLachlan come in, and they're like,
Yeah.
someone's here to assassinate the senator. So all the security dudes take the senator and put him into just a storage room.
Well, he doesn't have like full on Secret Service yet, so he's got super rude dudes who are like,
Yeah.
get the fuck against the wall.
Yeah. You will stay in here and you will fucking like it, sir. God damn it. But so Willis is just going around murdering every cop that dare, because all the cops are doing is just popping out from behind something and going, freeze, and then they get murdered.
Or they shoot him once, which does nothing.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. So he's just absorbing shots and they aren't doing anything.
Right.
Along the way, Michael Nuri unloads his gun into him, which doesn't stop him, and then he just stands there and puts his hands up like, sorry, bro.
Well, he did the whole click thing, like,
Yeah.
shit. And
Yeah.
then,
And then he gets two in the stomach.
Yep.
So Kyle MacLachlan comes in and is just like, oh, no, this is terrible. And then the chief comes in and is just like, oh, no, this is terrible. Call for backup. And so that happens. And then...
Yeah, this is what allows Willis, alien, to get into the closet area where they're hiding the senator.
Yes. And then they get into that room. Willis is dead on the ground. Yep. All the security guys are marching out the senator.
Which, it's kind of weird because there's another person you might recognize in this. The senator's aide is Lin Shaye.
Yes.
Who has been in a million things. But there's a shot where, like, okay, so it's strange. Like, they've got him in this, like, storage closet thing, but then it has, like, another little tiny closet in it.
Yeah.
So, like, the not Secret Service dudes get taken out right away. He throws Lin Shaye into this other small closet.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's this shot where it's like she looks like she could see what's going on, like him getting, alien spider slugs possessed.
Yeah.
But that never comes up. Like,
well, the original ending for this was different in
Okay.
that it was just the dude got away as the senator.
oh.
So maybe that was like the weird ending was that she
Yeah,
kind
I mean, because they even
was
do a shot
afraid
from,
of
like,
him.
her perspective where it's like, oh, I'm going to see this and it's
I'm gonna see
horrible,
this
and
horrific-
I'm going to
Yeah.
expose that, hey, he's got a weird spider alien thing in it.
But instead they do nothing with that. So Michael Nuri's down, he's been taken to the hospital, and then it just cuts to this other location, which is after all this has happened, and it's a different press conference to where they're just basically explaining like what happened, like what are the events.
why
like,
did Willis try to kill you?
Chief, get up here and explain what's going on.
Yeah. We don't
and
have
then-
a motive or anything.
Yeah.
But he, like, when they were carting Michael Nuri away, he said to, like, Kyle MacLachlan, he was like, did we get him? He's like, yeah,
buddy.
Yeah, we got him.
We got him.
And then they throw him in the ambulance, and then he's just like, he's got this determined look on his face. And
Yeah.
So he loads up with, like, a bowling bag.
He's got a
Bowling-
red like duffel bag.
Yeah. Well, it's like a bowling ball bag. It's a weird shaped little thing, but, like, he's got it loaded up with guns, and then he's just like,
No.
huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
He's got it loaded up with
a
One
gun,
specific
a weapon,
item.
yes.
So like you see him walk into this place and there are guards out there and he shows the FBI badge and they're like, "Okay, what's in the bag?" And he's like,
let
"Don't
me
worry,
show
you're
you
a pretty
the
little head
rules."
about it." Yeah. And then he just kind of elbows one in the stomach and tries to blow past them, to which like everybody just the rest of
Freaks
this
out.
scene is pretty much in slow motion. He's running towards the stage trying to open this bag while people are just pumping bullets into him.
They're mostly missing. It's not until like there's a lot of like seasoned looking cops and
Yeah.
they're all missing, and there's like one doofy looking rookie cop who is the first one that I just was paying attention to. This one doofy looking rookie cop is the first one that actually hits him.
Yep.
Like just in the arm or whatever. But
He gets hit in like both shoulders and that's kind of it.
yes.
But he gets all the way to the stage and has finally wrestled out of the bag what he was trying to get, which is the flamethrower they set up earlier, and he just lights the dude up. Just
Classic Chekhov's flamethrower.
yes.
lights the senator on fire, and everyone is just watching this like, dear God, what are we witnessing? And then so the flaming charred body of the senator hits the stage, its mouth opens, and the alien bug comes out of it.
To which they have to have like one reporter lady just go, "What's that?" Like,
Look! It's like, oh, what? So
we weren't paying attention to the flaming corpse
Yeah.
on the stage before you pointed it
right,
out.
no one was looking
No.
dead ahead at the senator being roasted like a marshmallow. So then Kyle MacLachlan pulls out laser gun and just laser blasts this thing, which explodes with like a Millennium Falcon sound effect. And then that's kind of it, as like every dude with a gun in the building just surrounds Kyle MacLachlan. And that's kind of the end of that scene. But everyone is kind of staring ahead incredulously like, the fuck just happened? How do we report that? This man came in, burned the senator to death, and then a bug came out of him, and he shot him with a laser gun.
I think you're right that.
Yeah, I mean,
this is going to change
Pretty simple.
everything.
I mean, case closed.
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah.
So then we just cut to the hospital.
Hospital, yeah.
Michael Nuri is
Dying.
basically dying. A silent doctor is consoling his wife.
It's weird. Like, at first you're like, okay, this guy's doesn't have a SAG card and isn't about to get it.
Yeah.
Because she's just like leaning over her husband, and then he's like way too close behind her.
Yeah.
And then just kind of grabs her by the shoulders, like, and I was kind of joking, like, get the fuck out of here, lady. We got to do doctoring shit.
Yeah.
And then like leads her all the way out to the hallway to where there's some other lady. I don't know if it's her mother or whatever,
Taking
with
care
her
of the
daughter.
child, yeah.
Yeah. And then like he's still not saying anything, but just standing uncomfortably close.
Yep. It's like, get away from them, extra. What are you doing? But so Kyle MacLachlan is in the room across the hall, comes in, and he's in bad shape too, and he goes over to Michael Nuri and opens up his mouth and takes off his oxygen mask and just breathes.
Well, he waits for him to like beep out. You know, he is flatlining.
Beep out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's what we say in the biz, man.
Yes.
Code
That
beep
is
out.
100% true.
He's
Yeah.
beeping out in here, doctor.
Yeah, beep out.
Shit, man.
Are you censoring yourself, or is that a technical term?
He
beeping
fucks
out.
out.
Yeah. He Kiefer's out. Or Julie Roberts or whatever other person in Flatliners you want to be.
Oliver Platts.
Ellen Pages, if you want to go with a new one. I don't know what your fancy is. But, yeah.
He dies.
Yeah.
His heart seizes.
That's so on the nose. I don't like it. That's way to the point.
Yeah, it really is.
Sorry. I should know better. I am the obfuscated on the live stream. I should understand this. He... Some things?
He does.
He
Perhaps one may never know what actually has
Oh my
happened
God, he's
in-
fucking dead.
but Kyle MacLachlan, as you said, Green Miles him.
Yep.
Because apparently, unlike crazy space slug spider thing, they're entities based in light.
Different
He's
race.
a healing-ish dude. I don't know.
No.
He's-
This is his life force. Like he is dead.
This is
after
the
this.
alien inside of him is just a glowing glow.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Because
glow.
he's straight up dead, and the final shot is like they walk in. Kyle MacLachlan's dead. The mother's like, "Oh dear God, get the kid out of here."
Yeah.
But they don't because then they're like, "Come over
Well,
and
because
see
Michael
your dad."
Nuri wakes
Well,
up.
because he wakes up and they're like, "Oh, bring the kid over here," and
Yeah.
she's just like immediately like,
Nope, he's the alien.
Yeah. I don't know.
But then they hold hands.
They awkwardly hold hands,
Yeah.
and
She
that's the
sees he
freeze frame.
has some alien in him, perhaps now. I
Yes.
don't know. I haven't seen the Hidden 2, so I don't know if he's the alien now.
He's just straight up the alien, isn't he? Yeah.
Michael Nuri died, and now he is Kyle MacLachlan.
Okay.
So he's gonna fuck that dude's wife.
With the glow.
Yes, with the glow. And then the movie ends with
Yeah.
a song
Starman Me Kitten.
titled "The Hidden," but doesn't describe anything
No, it doesn't.
about the movie,
Yeah.
so does not count as a Stargrove. Sorry. But yeah, we should rate this.
All right.
Who wants to rate it?
You do.
Do I?
Yeah, well, you have previous experience, so...
I've seen this before.
Right, exactly. You're ready. You're more prepared to give a rating.
I watched this. This was when this came out on video, I watched it 1,000,000 times.
Okay.
But I probably haven't seen it in 20 years. So it was one of those that I was worried about. Like,
Sure.
is this going to hold up? I think for the most part it does. I think I can give it 4 jocks. I think it's a well-made movie that never got its due. It was a cult classic forever, but it just never became like a thing like, man, The Hidden, holy shit.
Yeah.
My only real problem with it is that there's not any one thing you can point to and go, oh my God, that. Like, there's awesome stunts in it and just squibs all over the place and 1,000,000 people get shot and just, it's got a bunch of all the stuff that we really like, but there's not one thing in it this outstanding, like, oh my God, when that happened, that's amazing. Like, I like the ending. I like how he comes in with the flamethrower and that's how it ends and all that. I like that. It just, there's not one thing in it that just makes me go, oh man, fuck yeah. So 4 jocks, so close. But it's really great. I mean, it's a well-made B movie.
Yeah. I'm not going to go quite as high. I'm only going to give it 3, and my reasoning is I don't love the ending. I mean, I think like the stuff leading up to the ending, but it kind of returned to the Kings a little bit because it's like, where's your actual ending?
Right.
It feels like four different things could have been your ending to this movie.
Yeah.
The Terminator bit in the police station, I feel like should have been the finale of this movie. I feel like
It does seem like it's wrapping up 2 or 3 times.
yeah, I just feel like you could have done something way cooler with like that rocket launcher. I mean, I know you wouldn't bring the flamethrower back, but like that rocket launcher should have just like blown himself up or something.
Yeah.
It would have been really cool. But and the second act just kind of drags. I mean, like other than the bit like where Claudia Christian's in this movie for like 10 minutes, you know,
It's a
it's
good
like
10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying like that's interesting, but there's a large section of the second act that I feel like just drags a bit. The beginning's fantastic. It has moments of being fantastic, and I very much dig the aesthetic this movie has. Not only the time period of L.A., but like 80s film stock, and
Yeah.
actually some decent, interesting camera work going on for ostensibly a B movie, if you will, at least in plot. Yeah, it's just it's. I feel like it just needs some punching up. That's all. Like I feel like it's really close to being something like when this movie started. I was like, "Holy fuck! How did I never see this? This seems like a thing I would have watched a bunch of times."
Right.
By the time it was over, I was like, all right." It waned a little bit from my high feelings early on, but it's still good.
Yeah.
This one's a little weird. It's actually pretty good. Like it's a serious movie that does what it sort of sets out to do and doesn't make any huge mistakes. It could have ended a few times, but the way it ended up was kind of okay. I really liked the, switching bodies a few times thing. The effects were pretty good. I mean, except for the laser gun effect. That was kind of shitty, but it was difficult to do that on a budget in 1987, and they only did it 3 times, so it wasn't like it was pervasive.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels weird rating this on our scale to me. Like if I have to, and I do because it's what we do, I guess I would put it at 3 jocks because it doesn't have that sort of punchy awesomeness that we want out of a high jocks movie.
It's not quippy.
Yeah, it's not really, but it's pretty good. Like it's well made. There aren't any huge problems with it. It's strange. It's odd. Like there are a lot of things I like Cal MacLachlan being fucking weird, and everybody that plays the other alien just being weird in their own way, being Edgar-y in their own way,
Right.
is pretty great. Even the dog being kind of, the dog acting is good. But even the dog when it's alienified, being just a little bit strange and a little bit growly is pretty cool. There are nice touches like that in this movie. 80s LA is wild to see. It just looks. It looks like what was it? San Andreas, GTA San Andreas. That was set in the 80s. Yeah, it looks.
Well, that was more 90s.
No,
Yeah. That was like
Early
height-
90s.
that's right, early 90s.
height of hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close enough. It kind of reminded me of that a lot, just because I have a strong stamp of San Andreas in my brain. But I don't know. I'm confused how this one made it onto our radar as a movie that we should cover. I'm glad we did because I'm glad I saw it, but it feels almost, aside from the fact that it's kind of a strange sci-fi thing, it really doesn't feel like our kind of movie. But I hope people watch it. I hope people listen to the show and go, "Oh yeah, that sounds pretty fucking good. I should watch it," because it's good.
Yeah.
And it's on Blu-ray, and the transfer looks great.
Yeah.
Like it really does look nice. Like it's not one of those, things we run into where we're like, oh man, we got a Blu-ray. Oh,
Yeah, I would say, all right. To me, it's one of those things. It's almost like you take a lot of Brian De Palma movies, just for as an example, and you write down the plot, and it's like, well, that's trashy B movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have someone that's like good at making them,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, no, that transcends it. I'm not saying there's not much about this that's De Palma-esque other than elevating something that on paper is like, okay, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That most people would say that's very much a B movie. Just this person decided to make a pretty good movie out of a B movie plot.
I think I kind of approached it with the same thinking that I had with Ricochet, was that I think it's a good movie, but I also think maybe it goes batshit insane at some point and just gets ridiculous. And while Ricochet did do that, this one didn't. This one just stayed consistent throughout, so wasn't exactly sure. But it's a movie that needs its praises sung.
For sure.
So.
For sure.
And I thought we could go for some shooting and some Claudia Christian strippings and and such after last week's movie. So
Claudia Christian doesn't do a whole lot in this movie. I mean, I do enjoy her Edgaring. It's kind of fun to watch her be weird.
Yeah.
But
she's not in it much, and she's basically the female lead of the movie. It's weird.
Pretty much. She was billed pretty high, wasn't she?
She was like third build.
Third build. I mean, get yours, girl.
Right.
Get your money.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a break, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What had she done that would give her that high a billing at that point in her career?
Nothing really. She's done a bunch of television work. This was her first movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're just setting her up to be next big thing or whatever.
Where in Danny Trejo's filmography did this land? That's what I want to know.
Where in Danny Trejo's?
Yes, it is. Where in Danny Trejo's filmography does this go? Pow, 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 pow. He's done 9 billion movies.
Yeah.
I find it weird. We haven't done anything
Danny
newer
Trejo.
of Claudia Christian. I just feel like, I think we skipped Final Voyage.
Oh, you're right.
Yep, there's another credit.
I wasn't here for Final Voyage, so I always forget it.
Danny Trejo's 4th movie.
Yep.
I'm taking that with me to L.A.
He was only a year away from Bulletproof.
Yes. This
You're
is
right.
right before he did Death Wish 4.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
I guess she's just doing.
She just does she did so much Babylon 5 that everything else was just like, I'll be in your sci-fi movie for a day. And she does a lot of video game voices.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like a lot of voice work stuff now. Yeah, I don't know. She just seems like she'd be in that realm where it's like she would show up in a lot.
See, I always
of
know her
movies.
from Hexed. I've seen Hexed 100 times.
Never seen Hexed.
Hexed it's kind of a Naked Gun kind of movie. Hexed is pretty good.
Okay,
It's pretty fun. Fun little comedy.
yeah.
Yeah.
What time period?
93?
Hexed. I don't know this. I do not know this.
It's pretty good. If you like Fatal Instinct, right? The Omar DeSante.
Never saw it.
Oh, I thought we talked about Fatal Instinct. You should see. Okay, you need to do yourself a favor. You need to have a double feature.
Oh, please help me.
You need a Hexed Fatal Instinct double feature.
Mm.
Those are two forgotten spoofy kind of things that are better than the fucking Spy Hard and all that shit that came out afterwards. These are other people trying to ape the Naked Gun thing and doing a pretty good job at it.
Okay. It's like the Hot Shots thing where it's like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I will take this under consideration.
Okay.
Hexed. And what? Fatal Instinct?
Yes.
Fatal Instinct.
Yes.
I will watch these.
You should.
I will make it up.
Totes should.
Where are these cups from? These are from What is a Burger?
What?
What a Burger.
What?
When you want to know what a burger,
What?
go to What a Burger. It's family owned and operated. I don't think that's
Boy,
true.
we've seen a lot.
What is a burger?
I don't think that's true at all. There's way too many Whataburgers to be family owned and operated.
The Whataburger Corporation is run by is a family. Yes, is run by farts.
Oh yes, I like looking at Cheryl and Finn.
Mm-hmm.
The first Whataburger I ever went to was in Tallahassee, Florida.
Hmm.
This has been your round of BJ Trivia.
It's pretty good. I'll file that away.
Yeah.
I'll put that in your goofs section.
No, don't put it in the goof section.
Goofs.
I've done way too much stuff for
Other
the goof
restaurants
section.
considered by BJ to be eaten in were McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
PJ has a weird opinion of Pensacola. Pensacola
It's not
touched-
a weird opinion. It's a fact. Pensacola smells like buttholes.
Didn't smell any buttholes.
Fun
the
fact.
whole time I was there.
The director of The Hidden directed an episode of Pensacola Wings of Gold.
Pensacola wings of buttholes.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Don't order any wings of buttholes. You don't want that sauce.
I had a delightful stay in Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't smell any buttholes.
maybe you're just used to the smell of buttholes from
Yeah, maybe.
hanging around Chuck.
Yeah.
Sick burn.
Is it? I like that we joked during the movie, like when the thing became the dog, that it was just going to go around and just start. just like that was the new thing. That this
Right.
dog just be like, man, I'm going to sniff all the buttholes. That's what dogs do, right? Dudes
cat
drive cars
shit.
and fuck. Dogs sniff buttholes.
Butthole. You are
Butthole.
the ass dragon sniffing up all of the buttholes.
So who's got things?
Not
I haven't done anything but watch 9-9,
9-9.
which has been a worthwhile use of my time.
Mm-hmm.
My only problem is I stay up so late watching it that I fall asleep in the middle of an episode, and I'm watching it on Plex. So
It just keeps going.
Plex doesn't do that thing like Netflix.
Are you still alive?
But Plex don't give
Plex
a
don't
shit.
care.
Yeah. You could be like, your cats could be eating your cheeks, and
Plex, I died 3
Plex is-
days ago.
Plex is
I'll have
still
to
playing
look.
through the library.
I will see if there's like some sort of setting for that.
I don't know. It. I mean, I just fall asleep and I wake up and it's 2 seasons ahead of where I was, and I just have to go back and be like, I don't remember any of this. Oh, that episode. Okay.
Well, you haven't watched anything either, Chuckles?
No.
No.
I watched.
I mean, I watched Warlock.
Warlock.
Watched my own movie.
Popping and Warlocking.
Yep, there was some pop Warlocking.
Does anybody have anything to talk about for the second half? Should we even do a second half? I mean, I have 2 shows I can talk about, but we can do a quick little TV corner. You got any TV corner you want to do?
I could.
You don't have to tell us what. You can surprise us live on the air.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about B99 at all?
Yeah, why not? We got a full time somehow.
Never mind. I'm going.
I just like to go high pitch whenever Chuck goes high pitch. Here we go. All right, welcome back.
Hey! Second half.
Oh.
Ooh.
Half number 2.
Yeah. So we may be bad movie fiends, but we've been bad movie watchers lately.
As in bad at watching movies.
Yeah, we've been bad at it, but we have been watching some TV. So if you'll indulge us, we're going to do a little TV talk, a little TV corner.
TV corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll start because I have two shows to talk about, so I will talk about one and then let you guys talk about something else.
Okay.
I basically, just to set up, I've watched 2 shows that I feel are much better than they have any right to be. I'll do them kind of in terms of like what is more well known and important. Start off, I will talk about Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
I have been decided to watch Cobra Kai, the YouTube Red original series, which almost gives me a brain aneurysm when I put all those words together. However,
You're the only person I've heard of actually watch a YouTube Red series.
well,
Congratulations.
It's
yeah.
the only YouTube Red
yeah, I
series.
mean everything else is just what they were doing that they decided to throw on YouTube Red instead.
Right.
It's really fucking good. Like I am downright shocked at how good this series is. Like when it started, you know how people complain about that like Netflix shows have that Netflix look.
Yep.
You know, there's just that like, oh, this is green screened and blah blah blah, and this thing that people are like, oh, Netflix shows, I hate the way they look. I just had this picture in my head of what little bit of the quote unquote inner circle of YouTubers look like. We watched Dance Camp or whatever the fuck that YouTube original movie was.
Dance Camp.
And it just has that YouTube look. And I was fully expecting this to be uncomfortable and hard to watch because it was going to have that YouTube look. It doesn't. Like I'm happy to report it does not. It looks like a real show. It's hard to explain because it's like, it's PG-13-esque, bordering on some harder stuff from time to time, which is a little strange just given the history of Karate Kid. But I mean, it also kind of makes sense because
we're all old now.
We're all old now. But I mean, but this I feel like this show works on multiple levels because like I feel like it works for people that grew up watching, the Karate Kid, like people our age, and it works for younger kids too. I mean, it's just I think it's like I haven't watched the entire series yet. I'm a little bit more than halfway through, but it feels like it works on multiple levels. First off, I mean, obviously we're not prudish people. I'm just saying, from a series of movies that were very PG, it's a little weird that they went pretty hard into the PG-13 realm. If, like I said, if not from time to time harder,
Right.
But it's really good. I mean, I don't want to give too much away because it's the other thing. All right, so the other thing I was super fearful about is I'm not saying either of them are quote unquote has-been actors, but I mean you have two actors in this that are mostly iconically known for this movie or movies. I mean, Ralph Macchio had done some other thing and has done some other things, but it's like the Karate Kid is so iconic. It's like
at this point,
yeah, it's he fell into like the Mark Hamill syndrome, where it's like Mark Hamill had to go into voice acting because nobody could ever watch him in anything without going, "Hey, it's Luke Skywalker. What you gonna do, Luke? Use the fucking Force, okay?" Like I mean,
Yeah.
the dude was doomed. It was so iconic. It was like you can barely play anything else,
right?
Because no one will cast you because it's like they're just gonna know it's Luke Skywalker. They're really good. Like they're both like really fucking good at it. Like acting, like especially William Zabka, who's really kind of the main character of this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hella impressed by this show, and I will report back when I've watched it all. But like I am just loving it. And there was one moment that was like literally engaged the fuck yeah like adrenaline thing. It was like yes, just like there was a great fucking training montage in one episode. And then there was some like an ass kicking scenario, and I was like, I am so in when the ass kicking began, and I was like,
ass kicking scenario.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched it, if you've like overlooked it, if you want to binge watch it, give YouTube Red a trial. I'm just suggesting find a way to watch this. Like you may have just slept on it and been like, that's stupid. If you like the Karate Kid at all, you need to watch this show. If you kind of like the Karate Kid, you might like this show.
I think the first two are free. Like you don't have to sign up to get the first two.
Give it a try. If you think I'm crazy, then don't watch any more of it. I will say, and this is not I'm not in any way endorsing getting YouTube Red. I feel like the show has only gotten better. Like it started, and I was like, I don't know where this is going. I'm not sure I'm with this, but like by episode 3 or 4, I was very much in, and actually thought about depriving myself of sleep to watch the rest of it. So. I'm very much digging it, and like I said, I could not have been more like, I don't know about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your next show?
Oh, you want me to do both?
Sure.
Okay, I was gonna let you guys break it up or whatever, but All right.
Dan?
Well, I have a lot less to say about this one, so
Okay.
I'll get out of the way. This one isn't brand new. I'd watched the first season, and again, this is another weird internet only streamy thing. I don't even know where the fuck this is actually supposed to be shown. It's one of those like, where the fuck did you put this? I want to say it's a Vimeo paid thing. Like, I didn't know there was like, I don't know if you just buy it on Vimeo. I don't think they have a subscription. Anyway, the show is Con Men, the Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion
Right.
crowdsourced Kickstarter thing.
Yes.
I watched the first season because they took a long break between making 2 seasons. I don't know if it's coming back. I mean, IMDb listed it as like done after season 2. It doesn't feel done. Like, it feels like there should be more, but I don't know what happened behind the scenes or whatever. The first season was very much inside baseball jokes.
Right.
It was like, you need to have gone to cons and met weird con people and be at least aware of the Star Treks and the Fireflies and all the things that have, large
Star Treks.
I'm saying, like, you need to be aware of this stuff that has the loyal fan followings, because the first one was much more like, we shot this around our actual con schedule, getting guest stars that would show up at cons. I mean, it has a very much a like, we just did this on the fly fan project kind of thing. The second season, if you ever gave it a try, the second season's weird because, like, I feel like it goes in the direction of being an actual show. Like, it suddenly becomes more like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld, Arrested Development kind of like series of complications and people being shit on, but like also being shitty. It's like it seems like it strips away from like the super inside baseballness of it to be more like a real show. Because I really liked season 2, and I'm going to be sad if they don't do any more, because I feel like the show was finally getting its legs. Like, the first season, like a Star Trek, was like, we don't really know what we're doing. And then the second season is like, all right, we have an idea. Let's go forward. And I was really liking what they were doing in the second season. Yeah, I mean, the second season had some really fantastically weird episodes. I mean, it still has random strange cameos of people that go to cons all the time, including, not to spoil too much of a joke, but there is a point where Lou Ferrigno has decided that he wants to put on a musical version of Mice and Men called "I'm With Stupid." Yeah, and then you get to watch part of it happen.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. Again, I mean, full disclosure, I am a big giant nerd. I have been to conventions. I was prepared. My body was prepared.
Normal-sized nerd.
Okay. My body was prepared for this show. Like, I am going to get your references. I'm going to recognize all the people that go unnamed and walk by and go, "Hey, I'm so and so." Like, so
yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel like second season calmed that down, and it was like, let's make it more of like a normal show. Maybe that's why it's not going to do anymore, because people are like, "Hey, I wanted my nerdy, I get the joke thing." I don't know. I just felt like the second season was way better than the first. And
Well, it's on Sci-Fi now.
oh, is that what it is? Okay.
They're pairing up episodes and airing them as a half-hour
Okay.
thing. So
All right.
maybe Sci-Fi has the rights to make more.
Who knows? Am I right? Was it Vimeo?
Vimeo was the first season. The second season was on Comic-Con HQ.
Yeah, it did have that bumper for it. I figured that was just a weird tie-in thing.
Yeah. But now
Who knows? Just steal it on the internet or something, maybe.
Sure.
I think you could probably stream them all off the Sci-Fi website.
But who wants to do that?
Like I said, I mean, it's just if you make it through the first season, you might be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" The second season just eases more into your traditional like sitcom. I don't mean that it's like staged and canned laughter. I mean, it's like it's situational comedy. Like, this is a struggling actor trying to escape, a typecast thing. I mean, it's very funny because like these shows are actually kind of similar. Like, they're both about people who, one feels like the behind the scenes of the other, where it's like this could easily be William Zabka trying to get roles that aren't related to Karate Kid stuff.
Yeah. He was in Python.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah. Okay.
that's what I've been watching. Just 2 shows that like I feel like you might look at and go like, nah. But I'm definitely saying Cobra Kai is way more accessible than Con Man. Con Man, just if you gave the first season a try and you're like, give the second season a try because it's different and better.
All right.
Well, I am giving a show another try, and by another try, I mean a 5th try because I'm on the 5th season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That show is goddamn delightful.
So you're
still
continuing your first try. It's just in its 5th trimester.
No.
It's not like you've stopped and started. You're just continuing to watch.
I stop when I have to sleep, and then
that's not.
And then I start again when I'm done.
You don't
with
get
work.
up the next day and you're like, let's give this another shot.
I mean, sort of.
Well, I do, but that's not for shows, just life.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'll try again today. But no,
we laugh because it's true and we're sad.
right.
It really is.
We're all part of the Sad Bastards 2018 club, which is the same club we were in 2016.
And 2017.
2017, I tried.
Okay.
I have given up.
So you still liking it?
Yeah, it's getting better. Like, not by leaps and bounds or anything, but each season is just solid, more solid, soliderist.
Yeah, I think that's what. I mean, I can't speak for the entirety of the internet, but I will try. I think that's what, as like fans of the show, we were so pissed about the cancellation or the attempted cancellation,
right?
Because it was like, no, the show is finally hitting its fucking stride in big ways, and it was just like that. I mean, that was just like that was killing it in the prime of its life. I felt like.
Yeah. It's not like it's started to get shitty all of a sudden or anything. There is a whole lot less Gina right now where I'm at, and like I think I mentioned before, Gina is like my favorite character on this show.
I mean, she was out for almost an entire season when she was actually pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I don't dislike anyone on the show. I just felt like her shtick kind of got old eventually. I mean, I think I like it now when she shows up more sporadically because it feels like it has more of a punch.
Yeah, I like the fact that even though it's just a character type I like, which is the sort of like disaffected, shitty, says they hate everyone on the surface, but then actually really does give a shit in points where it matters. Like I really like that character.
Okay.
Plus, I just think her shtick is funny. It hasn't,
like I said,
hasn't gotten old to me.
There's not a single character I dislike on the show. I felt that like when she went away for personal reasons, it was like, okay, it might be time to let the character breathe, if you will. Like I liked how they sort of included her aspects of her character even when she wasn't there, like text or whatever.
Yeah, but
I digress.
You did. It's okay. I'll forgive you one day. But yeah, I think I'm somewhere in the middle of season 5 right now, and I was really surprised that I liked Jason Mantzoukas as much as I did, because he's real hit or miss for me. Sometimes he's just like, oh great, it's him showing up doing Jason Mantzoukas again. But other times when he shows up and he's, you give him 5 or 6 minutes of screen time in an episode and he's great. Otherwise, I think he wears out pretty easily. But yeah, that show is strong as hell, and I cannot believe that anybody would think to cancel it. It seems so dumb. Like, to have such a show that works as well as it does, even on the chopping block, is fucking.
The 5th season, the one that you're on is the current or the last season, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I think so.
So far, anyway.
I still haven't reached the episode that you told me, or that convinced me to start watching the show.
Okay, I'm wondering if you got to the bottle episode yet, because I think that's the strongest episode they've had. The one that's really just Peralta and Andre Brower. The fuck is his name? Holt. Thank you. It's literally like it's basically just the two of them in the whole episode.
Is it the mumps?
No, it's like it's an interrogation room thing.
Okay, it might be a little bit later.
Okay, I think that's one of my favorite episodes of the series. It's a while back I was tweeting about bottle episodes. I fucking love bottle episodes when they're done well, because to me it's like it makes the writers work harder than it's like to bring I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why that's necessarily a pooped on sort of trope, but I'm looking forward. I look forward to what happens next, and I also look forward to the remaining episodes I have of this season. So, watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's fucking good, if you haven't already. Thank you. That's my official endorsement.
It's a pretty good box quote.
You're welcome.
I have one show to talk about, but I'm not going to really say a lot about it. It's more of just a recommendation. There was a miniseries on Showtime called Patrick Melrose, which is a Benedict Cumberbatch show.
Okay.
It's 5 episodes. Each one's an hour. It's a drama that spans about 25 years about a dude who's got the most fucked up family and has struggled with addiction and stuff over the years and is trying to push through it. It's a really terrific show, and the performances, especially from Benedict Cumberbatch, are just amazing. Like, the first episode alone is some of the finest acting I think I've ever seen. And it's also exhausting, and when that show is over, you're like, that's one of the best things I've ever seen. I will never watch it again. It's one of those things where it's like, I have to see this through to completion because I have to know. But the subject matter is so terrible, I cannot ever, for the life of me, think I need to watch that again. It's like, I've seen that story play out. I'm very happy I witnessed it. Never again.
I mean, all right, it's only because we just talked about it last week. Would you say it's I, Tanya-esque in that, like, that kind of uncomfortable? Because I will say, like, when I finished Band of Brothers, I was like, that was amazing. I'm never going to watch this again. And yet I've watched it like 3 times. Because it's just one of those things when it was over, I was like, I am fucking exhausted, like, from carrying so much.
In a way, yes, it is.
Okay.
I, Tanya, like in that the entire show hinges on child molestation.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I didn't get that from I, Tanya. Just more abuse, simple, straight. Yeah.
that's why I was not drawing a direct line.
Okay,
but
all right.
it's yeah. I mean, like, the crux of the whole thing that really fucked up Benedict Cumberbatch's character was that his dad molested him.
Oh, okay.
And of course, it being a fucking cable show, they dwell on it as much as possible for at least one entire episode, and you're just like, guys, please don't. So,
All right.
yeah, it's one of those things. So, look, if you are in any way sensitive to a number of issues, this series is about those, but it is a well-told story, I will say. It's not so grotesque that it's like, this is just torture on cinema. It's a well-told story.
Okay.
I'll say
Okay.
that. So, and it's as dark as it is, it's got surprising flashes of humor in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the name again? One more time.
Patrick Melrose.
Patrick Melrose.
It's a very nondescript name. Just
All right.
like, it doesn't stand out. But
Just look up Benedragon Bumpty Slap or whatever.
Benedragon Bumpty Slapper.
Slut Bunwalla.
God. Yes. So.
All right. Did we round out TV Corner? Is that all we got?
I think so. I think that's all we got
Yeah.
for this half this
Yeah.
week.
Oh,
We are brief. We don't have our email reader here.
that's true.
Our email reading robot is not with us. So
Malfunction on MackeyBot 3000.
Yes. So I guess we should just contact information.
yeah, I guess so. BMFcast.com. Email us, bmf@bmfcast.com. Give us a call on the Garfield phone, 910-5JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Patreon.com/BMFcast. Give us all your money, please. Or at least as much as you feel like we deserve, which is anywhere from $1,000 a month all the way up to $10,000 a month is probably what we deserve. So give
That's
us
a
that.
good range, yeah. Anywhere
Yeah.
in there.
Help us achieve our dreams of not working. And
Yeah, start your own Patreon so that you can donate to our Patreon.
Yeah.
right, sure.
Yeah,
Or
just-
just give us your just sign your
And then-
paychecks over directly to us.
And then
every
tell
week.
2 friends. Wait.
Right. And they'll tell 2 friends.
Multi-level
and-
Patreoning.
Yes. It's not
It's not
multi-level
if they all
marketing.
pay us directly. If they all pay us directly, That's fine.
It's an inverse funnel.
That's just advertising. If they're paying the person below them in a deteriorating scheme,
It's a funnel.
yeah.
It's not a scheme. It's a funnel.
Well, no, it's more of a drain. It's just all.
No, it's not a drain. It's a funnel, Chuck.
If it's a funnel, that means it funnels through the first original people who told
to
about
us.
this. Yeah, but
We're at the bottom
it
of the
has
funnel.
to bypass those people. It can't funnel onto them because then they might be tempted to keep some of it.
No, they will know. They will know because they'll have to pay their downstream side people, which is us. We're the ones they have to pay.
It's like a sewer. Everyone has sewer access, and it all flows to us.
Right.
Okay, yes. Poop all of your money to us.
Yeah.
Flush all of your money to us.
It's like a
The BMFcast multi-level sewer marketing.
it's like a shape. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know.
Is it like a funnel?
I think it's like a Stargate. Yeah, you set the chirons just right,
a
and
chocolate
then the
Stargate.
chevrons,
Yes.
and then like put the money in the thing, and it comes to us.
That's it.
That's exactly how it works.
That is exactly how it
Yeah.
works.
Patreon.com/BMFcast. The chocolate Stargate.
Yeah, yeah. Could have said it better myself.
Chirons.
Chirons.
Chiron Beta
Yeah.
Prime.
I meant to say chevron, but I said chiron. But yeah, whatever. Exxon, BP. Yeah. all
Merry
those.
Christmas from
From the chocolate
Chevron,
Stargate.
From Chevron Stargate 5. DS9. Anyway,
Yep.
thank you to everyone who is currently a patron. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you're getting. We know that you're getting value for the money, but we hope you're enjoying the value that you're getting for the money. We know it's valuable.
Look,
we just
we
hope
know
you're
you're
enjoying
getting value.
it. Yeah.
We just hope you're enjoying that fucking value.
It's like I mean, IKEA has a certain value,
They do.
but you probably won't enjoy it.
No.
The BMFcast patrons get a certain value from us, and we're pretty sure they enjoy it, but we hope they enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
We make it with the intent for you to enjoy it.
That is why we make it.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Shit.
We hope people enjoy it. It's why we make this.
Well, I've been doing this wrong for a long time, I guess.
9 years, I think. Nigh upon a decade, my friend. Friend in quotes.
Sure. It was understood.
Yeah. Just making sure the people know.
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm Harlow.
For Mackie, I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. Bye. I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Sass. The people like sass.
They enjoy the sass.
Put my big sass out there for everybody. My sass hole.
Whoa. Easy.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Your sass hole yourself. You're recording, right?
Yeah. Always record.
Make sure we get this on tape.
You are welcome for the great stream. It was great.
Cheers, mate.
Cheese. No, you can't take it back. You already said it. I took a screenshot too. Accent. Australian accent.
That's like Russell Crowe.
What? It's like Russell Crowe.
Sure is.
And Hugh Jackman. And all the Hemsworths. It's like a billion Hemsworths.
Big Hemsworth. Big Hemsworths. Big Chris's. Pine. Hemsworth.
Mine's not Australian.
He is now.
All right.
Gollinsworth.
Yes.
Chris Collinsworth?
He's Australian now, too.
Yeah. Played for the
Prob-
Bengals.
Probably Evans. Yeah. Captain
Evans.
America's
Evans.
obviously,
Yes.
Australian.
Chris Cornell. Famous Australian.
Right. Well, I still don't have a bumper idea.
Oh, yeah. I did like 5 last week, so
I
I'm
know.
good for a while.
Yeah.
Put your money tongues in our wallet buttholes at patreon.com/BMFcast.
All right, time to shut the live stream down. No more post-show magic this week.
We put all the magic in the show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, no more tonguing of money buttholes.
No.
It's the best thing I've ever said on tape.
Yes.
Money tongue to our wallet buttholes. Patreon.com/BMFcast.